motor-winning ways would be your championship leader. That is Jordi Torres, and we can hear from him right now on the grid with Fran Wild.
I hope you can. We've got quite a party atmosphere down here with the music at the Red Bull Ring, which I'm sure will continue once we start as well. But Jordi, bit of a tougher qualifying for you, but it's not too bad. Could be a lot worse. What's the plan for this first race now we've got nice conditions?
Yeah, our best option, I think, is to do a great fight, try to speed as maximum as possible, gain some position, and we'll see what happens. But for sure, our goal is always to continue to catching points and still there, also trying to show our elbows.
And like I said, it could be worse with Matteo, your closest challenger, also not on the front row. Does that matter at this stage of the season? There's still a lot of points left, or is it just about moving forward?
Yeah, for sure the most important is try to stop here, Mattia Ferrari, to don't gain too much points, and if it's possible, get out of this track, continue leading, but we'll see.
Best of luck, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fan, and Jordi Torres for his very important time there. Neil Morrison, very warm welcome back to the box. So that feels like you live in here, I'm sure. How are you feeling about this race coming up?
Yeah, really excited, man. It should be a good one. We had iffy conditions throughout qualifying. It was partly raining in Q1, then at the start of Q2. We still saw some really quick times, but a couple of the big hitters didn't quite have the best qualifying yesterday on Friday afternoon, including Jordi Torres, who will have to start from 8th, the middle of the 3rd row.
Jordi Torres came through Q1 along with Randy Kriminacher, and when we thought they would have an advantage in the mixed conditions of qualifying yesterday, turns out they did not. They did not use the experience from Q1 to its full potential to slam it on the front row of the grid. Torres, as you can see, starts from P8, Kriminacher starts from P10. Your front row is Kevin Zannoni from Mattia Casadei and Eric Granado. That's Zannoni's first pole position of the season. And then we have Matteo Ferrari, row 2 from Hikari Akubo and Hector Garzo. All to play for here, Neil. Such a big circuit for overtaking manoeuvres. Very exciting prospects.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can pass on to Fran, who might be with the pole sitter, Kevin Zannoni.
I am indeed. I thought you were reading through the grid there. Sorry for the interruption. Well, Kevin, yesterday in conditions that were pretty tricky, you pushed to the maximum, you took a new lap record and your first MotoE pole. Now it's a beautiful sunny day. How are you feeling about race pace in this first showdown today?
Yes, today I tried to do the same of yesterday, so I push. I did my best. I will do my best, and we see what happened. But I'm very, very confident.
And who are you expecting to be with you in this fight today?
For sure, the other guy in the first row, and Matteo. But we need to see. The race is different, but in the lap time of the last practice was day 3.
It was. Well, best of luck and congrats on your first pole again.
Thank you.
Yes, well done, Kevin Zannoni. Excellent stuff from him in qualifying yesterday. Quite a surprise result, I would certainly say, but he absolutely earned that. Best result so far this year for the Italian. Very first race of the season when he got 4th in Le Mans. He's only got 1 DNF. That came last time out in Silverstone. Unfortunately, all okay. What can he do here today?
This is Mikel Pons, who qualified 7th yesterday. A couple of big hitters in the MotoE class a little further down on the grid. We talked about Jordi Torres in 8th, also the 4th row will be one to watch off the line. Randy Kriminacher in 10th, Andrea Mantovani in 11th. Both of those guys have won races so far this year. Tino Rabat as well in 12th.
As you can see from the timing board there, we have 7 laps of racing ahead of us at the Red Bull Ring. Here is Kevin Manfredi, someone that we really thought was going to get potentially a first victory back in Silverstone. He got 2nd place in race 1, but unfortunately couldn't follow up in race 2, so that's 2 podiums for him so far this year. Fran, what have you got to add?
I've got to add, just as a reminder, because it was a little while since race 2 at Silverstone, a couple of weeks, Mikel Pons has that long lap penalty to serve in this race, so let's not get too confused if he heads there quite early on in the race, if it was for that early race incident that he was involved in.
Thank you very much. Yeah, good point there. I actually hadn't even got that on my grid. It's down the bottom, hidden away from me. So scroll down and can see that. So we'll be expecting him to go wide. Where is the long lap penalty lane this week, Fran?
it's at turn 1, I can tell you, Matt.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Sorry, I lost the button there. It is indeed. So yes, it should be an easy one to spot, and thanks to our colleagues at IRTA who saw that.
Awesome stuff. Well, here we go then. This is your front row. There is Zannoni. We're about to get going in just a couple of minutes' time. MotoE Race 1, everybody. It's coming up next.
Brembo.
Here is your grid for MotoE in both races here today. Kevin Zannoni leads Mattia Casadei and Eric Granado, 2 Italians and a Brazilian. We have Ferrari leading the second row ahead of Japanese rider Hikari Okubo. Spaniard Hector Garzo takes off from 6th place. Then we have fellow Spaniard Mikel Pons, followed by Jordi Torres, your series leader. Kevin Manfredi, the flying mustache, looking to soar above everybody else from 9th on the grid. Swiss rider Randy Krimenacher, plenty of home fans for him this weekend. He's from 10th. 11th is Mantovani. Rabat, 12th place. Honorary Brit these days, given how many rides he's had in BSB. He's got a new teammate this weekend, Oscar Gutierrez, hailing from Spain. He's taken over from Salvadori, who's injured. Spinelli and Perez are the 5th row. Finello, Zacconi and Herrera make up the back row of the grid. Neil, actually, stuff you. Fran, what's your prediction?
Are you really putting me on the spot there? Prediction, I don't know. I think Casadei might lead it early on. We've seen that a few times from him before, and starting from the middle of that front row, he also just, you know, always plays risk versus reward in favour of the full push.
Yeah, I think that's a good shot, Fran, in saying we put you on the spot. We only come down to ask you before every race what your prediction is. So
it was mainly that I was just looking at something and then I didn't have my thumb on the button again. It's lessons learned for me today. I'll do better in race 2.
yeah, I think Casadei is a good shot. He sounded really confident when he spoke to Fran in Parc Fermé yesterday after qualifying 2nd. I can see Casadei maybe winning this one, but as Fran has chosen him, I'll have to go with Matteo Ferrari coming through from 4th. Matt, what about you?
Interesting stuff. I'm going to put my money on Casadei, though, but I'd love to see Zannoni back on a podium, looking very strong. Took the all-time lap record yesterday in qualifying in those semi-mixed conditions. Well, they're relatively pretty well dry, but still not fully completely, I would say, by the end. I'm gonna put some money on Casadei. Fran.
Could be interesting to watch Zacconi as well. He's a little bit out of position. He's had a bit of a tougher season so far this year, but he did try and gamble on Wex yesterday, so he might be able to move forward a little bit.
Yeah, worth clarifying that. Thank you very much. He comes off the back of 2 DNFs in Silverstone, unfortunately for Zacconi, so good luck to him. Final fist bumps, butt pats, high fives, head nods, etc. Racing about to commence in MotoE. No warm-up lap. It's straight away. The silence breaks. All these tens of thousands of fans lining the hillsides in this real bowl-shaped arena of the Red Bull Ring, about to witness some of the best electric racing you'll see anywhere in the entire world. MotoE Race 1. We will watch the final members of the grid depart. Don't forget your walkie-talkie, Rick. Carry on. And we await the red lights to come on and the silence to break. Here we go then. Zannoni in the shade. Green flag waves at the back. The red flag departs. Look at him, and Zannoni at the front. That is as aero as you like. Elbows out. Bench speeds would love it. Away we go. Race 1 in MotoE. There's a rocket start from Zannoni. Spearing across there. This is my line. This is my whole shot. I've got a statement of intent. Granado moves through in the second, but for how long? On the run they go towards 2A and 2B. Casadei and Granado neck and neck. 3 abreast. 4 abreast into turn 2. Look at it. Zannoni looking fierce. Into P1, all carefully through 2A and 2B, on the run up to turn 3 here.
Action stuff into turns 1 and 2. Eric Granado has gained a position up into 2nd. Jordi Torres remains in 8th. And Nicola Spinelli has gained a couple of positions up into 9th.
Very treacherous that was, with all those riders trying to pile into just a very narrow line, although the track conditions absolutely prime here around midday at the Red Bull Ring, far side from what it was yesterday. This is turn 4.
Absolutely, and Okubo is having a look underneath Ferrari down into turn 4, thinks the better of it. Spinelli has gained 5 positions from his grid position, but Randy Krimenacher has gone in the opposite direction. Krimenacher now 13th, 14th to make that, from 10th on the grid.
Somehow the top 5 are exactly as they were on the grid, and I think somebody's gone down in the background. Yes, Yes, they have. Not sure who it is, but that's a real shame for whoever that's gone down. We'll see it on our timing screen in a minute. It looks like it could be Mantovani even. Yeah, the one-time winner in Mugello's stacked it. And here we go then, the final 2 corners of lap 1 already.
See Mikel Pons there looking to make a move on Carrier. Kubo Garza there in 7th. And Jordi Torres not quite on the back of this lead grip, just there in 8th at the moment. A steady start from Torres, but he usually builds his way into these contests. You can see there confirmation that at turn 6 on the first lap. Is Casadei going to make a move for 2nd?
He is. He moves up the inside. He truly is the last of the late breakers in MotoE as Mikel Pons goes wide beyond track limits. He's now got to serve that long lap penalty. Here is Mantovani walking away. Here's what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably just tucking the front in 2. Yes, he lost that quite early, didn't he? The Italian. We saw a similar crash there from Moto2's Alicia Screech earlier today. And Mantovani, massive.
High side, goodness me, how rare is that? We need to see him walking away, because that was a heavy one. Not a big one for the home race for his RNFT.
I was just going to say as well, we could see Gutierrez was right around him on track when that happened, and I wondered if maybe he'd been involved back into this one that had a little bit wide in the background. But shout out to Gutierrez, he's doing a really, really good job this weekend on replacement duty for Salvador from that crash in the UK.
Yeah, absolutely right, Fran. Certainly is a commendable ride so far. He's ahead of Rabat in the standings at the moment, 14th place for the Spaniard.
These guys now have eradicated Kevin Snowdy's early advantage. The Italian was half a second out on Casadei when they crossed the finish line at the end of lap 1. But you can see here the lead quartet because Casadei is bringing Granado and Mattia Ferrari with him.
Gonna be a blockbuster finish in Spielberg. Casadei has a look at the inside at turn 9. No room at the end for young Casadei then on Zannoni. We've got a little bit of a gap, haven't we? A leading quartet. Mikel Pons will have to depart from this group as he serves that long lap penalty. He's got to do it probably this time around.
Casadei going to do a repeat manoeuvre into turn 1. This is where he passed Granado for 2nd. No, but it can't quite do it with Ferrari though.
Zannoni was so late on the brakes. Ferrari barges through on Granado, and Pons still hasn't taken that long lap. So I think he's going to have another opportunity to do it, and then he might be in a little bit of bother.
Absolutely, Casadei nearly half a second faster than Zannoni last time around at 1:38.333. Fastest lap of the race so far, still 3/10 away from the lap record set yesterday in qualifying. Do expect that to go in these conditions here. Carrier Kubo though, doing a pretty decent job defending from the Garza.
Yes, he's cracking stuff from the Kubo. He sits 12th in the standings with only 54 points. His best ride of the season came with a 5th place back in Le Mans at the very first race of the season. Not showed that kind of form since. He could be on for a good result here today.
Jordi Torres needs to be careful here because with Mattia Ferrari 3rd, he's on course to lose some big points in this race. He hasn't been able to make any progress from his grid position with the likes of Garzo and the Kubo just ahead. He's gone to the back of them, but still not close enough to make a move just yet.
Tell you who's having a real rough time of it in this race. Randy Krummenacher has been pushed down to 13th by Alessandro Zacconi. That qualifying, he wasn't exactly showing great form in the free practices, which is why he went through Q1. Clearly not sorted those problems from earlier on yesterday here for the race today. But Casadei up at the inside of Zannoni, and another Italian. The Tricolore comes through into the final turn, and Granado, well, he can smell blood in the water. He makes a move through on Zannoni as well then. Poor Kevin down and out from P1 into P4. Got to be careful of the old pit boards there if you're going too far on the inside. No quarter given from the Brazilian.
Yeah, blinkingly missing Kevin Snowdy, 4th entering the penultimate turn. Oh, sorry, 1st entering the penultimate turn, 4th coming out of it. So disastrous couple of corners for him. Let's see what Casadei can do now. There's some clear air ahead.
And Pons is catching up with these guys, meaning he's still not taken that long lap penalty. I wonder if how many more laps he's got left to serve. I think the rule's normally 3. Fran could probably clarify it for me, but we're looking now at the Kubos. Oh, blimey, that was Spinelli and Manfredi in the background there. So going very wide at turn 3, but all okay. So yes, 3 laps he has to complete the long lap penalty. He's not done it yet.
Come up again on the screen, so I think he's now been given another one for not complying, unless there's a problem with the time on screen. Oh, has it gone again? It has gone again. Okay, well, yeah, but normally you have 3 chances. It's not from the very first lap, it's from when you're notified. because race direction always wait to make sure it's safe enough to send that notification and tell the rider to do the penalty, even if they've received it before the race.
All right, thanks, Fran. We just went on board there with Kario Kubo, making life really difficult for Jordi Torres, who thought he got 7th place, but the Japanese rider is making it a real fight for 7th position. Up front, though, Matteo Ferrari's managed to get ahead of Casadei, so we have a new leader. Ferrari is at the front for the first time.
Well, how dramatic is that for the championship? Because if the checkered flag were to fall right now, we would have a new series leader, ladies and gentlemen, and it's the former champion, World Cup winner himself, Matteo Ferrari, out front then as we clock down with 3 laps to go. There we have Pons getting notified again of his long lap penalty. Will he take it? Yes, he will. So he will slot in, I think, behind Torres now. So that moves everyone up a couple of places. Torres moves into 7th, but still 2 points or so as it stands, separating Ferrari and Torres at the top of the standings. 5 races to go after this one. Wow, win.
And I'm sure Jordi Torres wasn't expecting to have to fight so hard for 6th position with the Kario Kubo. I think this is definitely the most impressive we've seen from the Japanese riders so far this season, right for the Tech 3 team.
Oh, Neil, what have you done? You jinxed it! It's all your fault! What have you done? I can't believe it! But Kubo was doing great! I was cheering for him, but he's down and out.
That is the worst case of commentator's curse I think I've ever put on a rider. So full apologies to Kario, go on board with Jordi Torres coming up to turn 3. The front is just about to wash away. Just missed the apex there for Kario Kubo, and the front cried enough.
A few hundred years ago, you would have been burned for being a witch after that one. Goodness me, Neil, that was a disgrace of a commentator's curse. But, well, as he falls by the wayside, we carry on now. Go ahead,
I must defend there slightly. That's extremely harsh. We've done that many times, but no, we can also see as well there's a long lap penalty for Spinelli now, and it says that Pons has completed his successfully. So watch that. So it's like Casadei headed a bit wide there, gave it to Ferrari.
Yeah, absolutely. That was in the previous lap that we had there. Ferrari's managed to put a little bit of daylight between himself and Mattia Casadei. Spinelli's now been given a long lap penalty for exceeding track limits. So that Ferrari's advantage now up to half a second. Practice times yesterday in the first and second sessions. Ferrari did have a clear advantage on the rest of the field.
He absolutely did. So this is pretty fascinating stuff. For the fight back is certainly on for the number 11. But Casadei still trying to keep him in check. About half a second or so is the gap now. Granato's got problems with Zannoni again for 3rd place. Zannoni cutting a real tight line, and Granato says, no, that's not happening. We'll take that back as they come down on the run towards turn 4.
Yeah, but those two fighting for 3rd is going to be great news for Mattia Casadei in 2nd. He's got about 6/10 of advantage over the Brazilian in 3rd, so they're just a little bit spread out here at the front in this fight for the podium. Can't see Casadei currently making anything back on Ferrari. Ferrari's just been edging that gap up ever so slightly over the last 2 laps since he took the lead for the first time. Really, it's going to take, I think, a mistake from here, Matt, for Ferrari to give up this victory.
Well, as you say, in practice, Ferrari did have 0.2 of a second over Casadei in the combined practice. They were positions 1 and 2 there. So what we're seeing with, I suppose, that rain-interrupted qualifying session there, what was playing out in free practice now playing out here in race 1. Riders will get another go at it later on in the afternoon after the MotoGP sprint, but for now, it's looking like Ferrari is holding firm ahead of Casadei and Granado. They come onto the start and finish straight for one more time. And it's the last lap of race 1 here in Spielberg.
Yeah, Matteo Ferrari now just 1 lap away from his 4th victory of the year and potentially taking Jordi Torres for the championship lead in the process. That would represent a dream day for the Italian. Casadei coming across the line. There's now 0.7 of a second between 1st and 2nd, the 2 Italians. Granado is a further 6/10 back in 3rd.
Between them two for 3rd place, but Garzo is on the chase. Couple more great overtaking spots too. Zannoni looking up the inside, but still not quite there. But that's really put Garzo back into the fray, hasn't it? This race looks like it's certainly Ferrari's to lose, although it has gone back down towards half a second. Granado and Zannoni getting so close into turn 4. Zannoni, such a late breaker. Is he going to make the apex? No. Granado looking all the way on the inside. Wow, sides across his front. Goodness me, it's harvest time for the Brazilian.
It is indeed, and Zannoni has another look into turn 6. This is great news for Hector Garzo in 5th, who's suddenly right back in with the shot of maybe taking a surprise 3rd place. But up front it is as you were. Casadei's brought that gap down by a couple of deaths.
Oh no! You're joking me! You're absolutely having a laugh! Ferrari's down! He's thrown it! And that means he's 14 points back. He's still clawed in 1. No, he's lost so many points. Oh, Ferrari, what have you done? I can't believe it. Casadei's going to win. Granado's going to get 2nd. Zannoni on Garzo to the line. It'll be neck and neck, but I think it's the Italian. Oh, Neil, this thing has more curves than the roads to get here. Oh, my God.
We saw that coming. Mattia Ferrari looking as though he was on course for his 4th victory of the year. Just 3 turns to do in that race to get that victory, and he crashed out. I mean, that is not something we are used to seeing. Coming out at turn 7, I think it was. There you see the front end just tucking. To be fair, Casadei had got his claws in on that final lap, and there you can see girlfriend of Mattia Ferrari, head in her hands, disbelieving of what's happened. They can't believe it, nor can we up here.
No, was that not exactly what Mattia Casadei himself did here, I believe, and gave Eric that one?
Your memory's far better than ours, so I'm going to trust you on that one, because goodness me, yeah, what an error. That is, I mean, the Slim Shady is down in the gravel. You would say don't lose yourself, but he did, unfortunately. That's terrible. Well, Mattia Casadei, you can sing for the moment for that one. A fantastic victory here today then for Casadei, because that's what it's all about, keeping your head cool while others lose it, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been in this situation before. On the other foot, of course, it was last year, Casadei crashing out of a near victory right at the end. One man that is breathing a massive sigh of relief is that man there, Jordi Torres, who just didn't really have the pace at any stage, Matt, to get into the podium fight. We saw it yesterday in Q2. Just didn't have the speed to fight with the quickest guys in the class, and that race as well. I mean, he got a little lucky with the long lap for Pons, then Akubu crashed out in front of him, and then Ferrari right at the end also gifted him another position. So Jordi did well just to bring it home, but at the same time,
and extended his championship lead then. 26 points. You saw it there, everybody. I mean, that's how you win championships, I'm afraid, now, isn't it? And this is the first edition of MotoE as a World Championship. That introduction of Silverstone as an 8th race turns it into a World Championship this year, and you don't win it by lobbing it into the gravel when it's looking like it's your victory to lose. I mean, you'd say, I jinxed it for that.
Yeah, but, well, Mattia Ferrari's misfortune is again for Kevin Zannoni, who's managed to get himself on the podium for a first time this season. Zannoni, I have to say, pretty impressive ride from him. I was expecting him to drop back a little bit when he lost the lead, but he did keep Eric Granado absolutely honest for that 2nd position right until the end. Best ride of the season by far for Zannoni. What about this man, Casadei, his 2nd victory in succession?
Like buses over in the UK. You wait all day for one and 2 come along at once. You wait all year for a MotoE victory, MotoE victory, and 2 come along simultaneously, consecutively, I should say. So Casadei back into the box. Zannoni there takes 3rd. He's got to be happy with that. That's his first podium of the season after that 4th back in the hole. It's the most animated we've seen from Casadei, isn't it, Neil?
It is, yeah. See the Pons there, team owner down there offering up his congratulations to Mattia. And Casadei now getting himself into this title fight, you have to say. Finds himself just 30 points down on Jordi Torres at the championship summit. Made up some good ground here today. He's managed to haul back 12 points on Jordi. Casadei making a late push for the championship.
Well. As I say, 4 points separating the 2 Italians, the 2nd and 3rd then, so that fight's certainly on, and it's not over for the top spot as well. Having said that, Jordi Torres just, you know, he's really not faltering under pressure, so to speak. I mean, you could argue that he is with that fifth place finish, but didn't make a huge mistake. He just chipped away. That's how you do it. Zannoni then got to be happy with that, hasn't he? We get to do it all again a little bit later on too, after the MotoGP sprint. Amazing sideburns on that mechanic there.
Yeah, we can inform you it's not Mattia Casadei's first MotoE podium. It is Kevin Zannoni's first MotoE podium of the year. He did find himself. In fact, he was just off the podium last year in France. Yeah. Just missed out on that. So Zannoni, great to see him up inside the top three, and in Parc Ferme, pole position yesterday and third place today. It's been a good little run of races, hasn't it, for the SIG 58 squad Corsa team in MotoE, with the success of Kevin Manfredi and now Zannoni stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, really, really good stuff from Zannoni. Delighted for him to be able to get on the podium again, and that's another podium for Granado too. But here is Kevin, flying Kevin, on the podium down in Parc Ferme with Fran.
He is indeed. Well, congratulations, Kevin. Welcome back to Parc Ferme, 2 days in a row. How does it feel?
Thank you. I'm very happy because this podium I searched a lot. I did a lot of work for this, and I'm very, very happy that I achieved this result. I did a great battle with Eric, but at the end I go straight 5 corners to the end, and but it was good. I'm happy for this first race, and after we see for the second. I'm ready.
Let's see. Best of luck later.
Thank you.
Well, good job, Kevin Zannoni. Understandably delighted. There he was, nearly colliding with his own pit boards as coming down towards start and finish. No quarter given from neither him or Eric Granado. Fierce competitors, the two of them. So then, speaking of Eric, can't wait to hear from him. He is down in Parc Ferme with Fran.
He is. So, Eric, front row, another podium. You must be very happy with that. It's now 3 podiums in a row for you.
Yes, I'm very happy. We did a great job this weekend. The race was so fast. We were fighting a lot all the race. To be honest, I was losing a little bit of time in the end of the race. So I tried to study my riding to don't do mistakes and be there for the fight. And yes, it's always important to be on the podium. Second position for the championship is so good. Now we will work with the team a little bit more to have this little step in the second race and fight a little bit more and be more competitive. But anyway, second place is always special. So yes, let's enjoy it and prepare for the next one. And in português now, foi uma corrida muito boa, muito disputada, o ritmo estava muito alto. Tivemos uma disputa bem forte até o final. Faltou um pouquinho para mim no final ali de feeling com a moto, eu perdi um pouquinho. Tentei ser esperto ali, não cometer nenhum erro para estar na briga até o fim. E, bom, a segunda colocação é muito especial. Agora a gente vai trabalhar um pouquinho com a equipe para encontrar essa diferença para a segunda prova e ser ainda mais competitivo e somar mais pontos para o campeonato. E é isso aí. Valeu.
Parabéns.
Obrigado.
Well, thank you very much, Fran and Eric Granado. Here's the interesting thing about Granado, Neil, for this season. He's finished all the races he's finished and taken part in. He's finished no lower than 5th.
6th, I think.
Maybe I've got points wrong. Could be 6th. That sounds about right.
Yeah, but as Fran said, a third podium on the bounce for Eric. And he'll be very confident of keeping that run going in race 2. But today was all about this man, Mattia Casadei, winner of race 1 here in Red Bull.
It is indeed. Today is all about you, Mattia. Congratulations. I just said last year it was you with that last lap bad luck. This time it went your way. Congratulations, 2 wins in a row.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm very happy. Last lap was drama, but today was a victory, and I'm very happy. Very good work with the team. Thanks a lot to my team because believe always in me. And today we have another race. I try to do my best also in race 2.
And push like a beast.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Fran, and thanks as well to Mattia Casadei, who has just scored his 4th MotoE victory of his career. Has just about got himself back in this championship fight. We've got 5 races left across this weekend, and then of course the 2 rounds coming up in Barcelona and Misano. Casadei, who is a victor in Misano in years gone by, won there last year, will fancy himself to be up amongst it, into the Adriatic coast for the season finale. And you have to say, yes, Matteo Ferrari made a mistake, but Casadei had reduced his advantage on that final lap, coming through splits number 1, 2. Just whittled away a couple of hundredths of a second here and there. Ferrari, well, he will be left to rue what could have been a potential championship lead. There's now a 25-point deficit in the championship. So Jordi Torres, I guess you could say, the big winner of this first race here in Austria.
Well, then they're going to go up to the podium to have a little celebration, but no swigging the Prosecco. As of course we've got another race later on today. There are the fans thoroughly enjoying themselves. No factor 50 in sight whatsoever. Plenty of lobsters at the end of the day, I'm sure. Not Neil Morrison though, without his factor 50 factor. Well, we await the riders to head up to the podium. And celebrate, of course, with the Italian national anthem. Always a great time. We're not getting the cool-down room or anything like that anymore, Neil, are we? Just this wide image of Parc Fermé and a podium. Poor person on the podium must be absolutely roasting in this kind of heat. It is not a cool venue, is it? Austria when the sun is out. Searing hot.
Yeah, we're expecting conditions to continue like this right the way through qualifying, then into the MotoGP sprint, of course. MotoE race 2 coming just after 4 p.m. local time here in Austria, so you have to stick around to watch the conclusion of the MotoE race here in Austria. With well, the top 5 so close together for the majority of that race, you will not want to miss it for sure.
There we are then, Zannoni's run out onto the podium. His first one in MotoE here this season. And there we have Granado as well. And your winner, Mattia Casadei. Great stuff for the second time in succession. Cracking job by Mattia. Trophy time. And of course the first one goes to Zannoni bronze. Presented by Pietro Calgano. Second place then to Eric Granado. So yes, obviously 10 points goes for 6, that's how we read our championship standing. So I just got confused between 10 points and 11 points. 6th place and 5th place. So no lower than 6th so far this year for Granado on the races he's been at. Now then, the winner's trophy presented to Mattia Casadei by Giulio De Simone, project manager of eMotorsport of LXWay. How about that? Time for the Italian national anthem. Everybody, after 3. In front of a bumper crowd here at the Red Bull Ring as well. Then Casadei takes the victory, and he's got another race later on today. Wow, that was a heck of a bash on the Prosecco bottle for Granado. You can see it on your on your camera feed, but we can see it outside the commentary box window. Nearly went out to the top of the mountain, that was for Merrick, and he's lucky he didn't smash it. There must be sturdy bottles. Oh, what a cheeky swig for Zannoni and Eric.